Hey,
Howdy.
What's up, guys?
black hat today. Nice. You always look fucking menacing in a cowboy hat.
Yeah, why you gotta be so menacing in your man cave?
Yeah. No, I mean, it'd be like you shouldn't
But
be.
no one bothers you, I guess.
Yeah. If you're welcome in there, you're cool. But if you're not, you better turn around quick and go, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to step into the man cave.
Well, in a lot of room in here. If you got in here and felt welcome, it'd be pretty weird. We'd be touching.
Yeah. Those aren't pillows. Brad Erickson.
Hi, guys. How are you?
I'm good. I'm wearing my favorite soccer team hat.
I like that. That's pretty nice.
At least local.
We're struggling a little bit this year, but that's all right.
I was there
Verde
when
It's a long
Listos.
season. What's that?
Verde Listos.
That's exactly correct.
Yeah,
No matter what, I don't know what that means, but I support it.
I think it's green's ready or ready for
Live green, die young. I don't know what it means.
Yeah.
have some
So,
abortions.
Hey there. Hey guys. Hey everybody. Welcome to Issues with Andy. Episode 200 and
211.
11.
211. Hell yeah.
I'm logged on to 209 because we're doing some backstory. No, I logged into the right one. Everything's I was in class early with my paper and my pen and my AR-15.
You did ask if it was in an hour, and it would
Right. Yeah, I was
that was
thinking
100% wrong because it would not be at the bottom of the hour, and it would not be an hour from when
2
I
o'clock
sent it.
sneaks up on me on
Yeah.
I too was unclear, but I knew it was one of the 2 times, so I was prepared either way. So I was not unprepared. So
most of this is my fault, and I apologize.
100% is your fault.
Having to move the time, but I would also like to state for the record that it's just not that difficult of a concept to grasp.
No, it's just it's a fucking I mean I'm with Joe and Joe Biden on the whole time change, or I don't even know if Joe Biden's for it, but let's just get it all 1 o'clock again, man.
It's even if we didn't do the time change, Andy, we're still in different time zones. You're not advocating for
I know, but it stays steady. Arizona's
A
just
1 clock society.
Yeah. Arizona's too fucking fickle.
my excuse was that I don't remember 97% of last week's podcast, so I wasn't sure of what happened.
Well,
the end.
You found a hidden TV show that you found in the you dug up out of your dark path, or not dark, but you just found a TV show that you never mentioned before. That was a big part of your childhood, and we'd never heard of it.
It was a breakthrough, we would call that in therapy. We were therapists.
I saw some comments on the Patreon. People love Wallace and Ladmo, so you nailed it.
Oh yeah, we did talk about Wallace.
Chad's sitting there, he still doesn't know what we were talking about.
Listen, I try to suppress every bit of this each week.
Yeah.
Most of my week is spent trying not to remember these 2 hours.
That's true.
For the rest of the week. So
it's like comedy when you do a stand-up comedy show, or at least me. Sometimes it's just like you just it's like you just fucking failed. And it's horrible, and you think about it or whatever. You just keep replaying it. Here, you're right, Chad. There's no going back. There's no God damn it, man. I shouldn't have said that, because we can get rid of it. If I said something sarcastic or that hurt one of my brothers, I'm sorry.
Even on the best weeks, when I'm pretty sure that I didn't make a complete ass of myself, I try not to remember what happened. So this week I did not really care to remember last week.
It's best not to live in the past anyway, so that's solid advice.
Well, and here's the way I look at it too, is that people are giving us money for this, and you got to give them some entertainment dollar once in a while. You can't just be not a complete moron asshole every week. What fucking fun is that?
I get it. It's an act. Well, kudos to you for being so method.
Hey, speaking of acts, I'm tuned into the act of Matthew McConaughey. I got a ticket for his cult entry whatever he's presentation. He's going to play the bongo drums and tell us some positive shit on April 24th.
Where? What
are you talking about?
Matthew
really are going to do that?
Matthew,
that really does look like a cult.
I know. I signed up for it. Well, I signed up to go to the Trump thing in Waco too. But
where is the? Where
it's going to be online, man. And I could have signed up as a VIP.
Oh, I saw.
Hang out an extra hour, man. Chat it up.
I did. I remember seeing something about that. Now
I hope it does spin into a cult. That would be the perfect,
Oh, is this the Art of Living, the virtual event?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, let's get everyone else who wants to.
Man.
There's only
Drop the G, bro. Drop the G.
Here it is. The Art of Living virtual live event, because it's time to stop settling. Actually, he's using the G here on settling. And then he gets back to living. It's time to stop settling and start living. It's time to become the person you are meant to be. ... Join Matthew McConaughey and special guests live for this intimate one-time event to create a future you can look forward to. Yes, it's time to close the gap between where you are and where you want to be. 10 days, 19 hours, 50 minutes, and 40 seconds.
That's a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. I think that's how long it is till it starts, Andy.
Okay.
That's a countdown clock. It's not, you don't have to watch for 10 hours and 19.
And he's like, shit, I got to get a cushion.
Yeah. That's a lot. I mean, that's, they want you to be in there for a long time to get you broke down. McConaughey cult. Yeah. So
McCona-Cult.
Yeah. It's just I already have a feeling I would sit through 60% of it and go, this is exactly what I expected.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt that,
what do you expect, Andy?
To get a good story.
Hey, man, or, hey, don't worry about, that. Well, think about this.
I think you pretty much got the essence of it. I'm going to be honest with you.
Did you get the script ahead of time?
Yeah. And you're absolutely correct in everything you just said. That is exactly how to do it.
Keep looking back, man. You're going to crash into something while you're driving forward.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Good for you, Andy. I expect to see a marked improvement in your quality of life.
Yeah.
Being positive, it'd be a whole lot cooler if you were.
Hey, man, you can control how happy you are. What if I told you could be happier every minute?
See?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Fuck yeah.
I'm more for this kind of celebrity blow up on the internet than the Kid Rock thing.
Yeah.
This seems more obviously this seems more positive. I wonder if this is some kind of knee-jerk reaction to
one. Yeah.
Imagine all the poor people going, look, I can have the kind of life I want too. Just like that fucking rich guy does.
We had, I guess the lady we had on the Man Show was transitioning, but she had her breast and she also had her penis, and we knew that's why we hired her. Not only did we not discriminate.
That was the gig, right?
Yeah, I mean we didn't discriminate. We hired her. That's why we hired her. I mean, she discriminated against chicks who had regular vaginas.
This is more a story of discrimination than anything else.
Well,
I mean, Andy, look at it this way: if you would have hired someone who is transgender, who traditionally would have just been open to a regular female, then you're kind of a hero.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for a transgender person and you hire the transgender person, you can't go, look, I hired transgender.
Well, I guess the skit was to woke people because we
back in that day.
Yeah, because she came out and then she showed her breast, I believe, big hoot and holler from the crowd. And then when she dropped her mangina out, I don't want to use the wrong term, but mangina.
I'm pretty sure that's not the right term.
Well,
that seems sensitive enough, though.
There was a penis above the vagina. There's a fairly there's a fairly good sized penis. There was a penis there
above the vagina.
Yeah, I don't know all the science of it, but there was
You're showing that.
but that's what the crowd. The crowd was exactly, the crowd was like, man, this ain't cool. And we're trying to say, come on, there's other things, I guess
remember 2 seconds ago when you were applauding and hooting and spilling your warm beer?
It wasn't.
Those tits are still up there.
Let me just say this. It wasn't something I put together at my desk, this whole thing. I don't even know whose idea it was. It was like, I guess we exploited her to upset our hoople heads that sat in the crowd.
Well, sure, you did the old bait and switch and tried to take the moral high road.
Andy, this might not be your baby, but your fingerprints are all over it.
Yeah.
You didn't stop it. I think this is a Doug thing.
Yeah.
And then you went along with it. Well, you drank your margaritas in your underpants in the office.
I did get to do the run through with Vanity. That was her name, and I did the run through of a thing where I had it was supposed to be like a sensor that if I got an erection, that was the bit. It was like I was like all these things would try to trigger you, and you'd go through the gauntlet of things that turn you on. That's when we had the double midget. We had the second midget because the first midget refused to wear a wig and eat a banana seductively, which the script specifically called for. And our midget said, "No, I don't think so." He waved his little hand, no. And then we got the wigged one, the one to come in, and he I don't think he wanted to be recognized. I think he wanted to keep the wig on so that other midgets might go, huh, that looks like his head, but I can't quite tell.
Might be his sister.
So that was part of it.
And banana.
And during rehearsal, I wore this thing so they could test it out, and it was like a box that fit over your penis, but it was a stupidly large, elaborate thing. So I figured out you could, you just thrust it in and you could make it go off. So I was doing it, having some laughs with the midget. As soon as the midget walked out. But I didn't do it on the show. But then, then Vanity come out and, and then I guess that was and then during the show, she somehow it called for her to pull out her cunt.
I think.
The run of words you almost said, and then you settled on cunt.
You were so you were trying to be respectful before.
Almost said mangina. You almost said wiener. You thought about wiener briefly in there.
Well, I didn't even know what. Yeah, that's her, and I didn't even think about Oh man, yeah, she did from a distance. Now she looks like Juggy Cathy from with my eyesight now, which she kind of did then. But I looked her up. And I didn't really even know this about her, but but she fucking, not only she had a dick, but she fucking pounded chicks with it. A couple of those videos.
Oh man!
So now, and she was like apparently Mike Tyson made out with her, but that's not really a resume building. It might have just been
for you or her.
Yeah,
it just might have been backstage gossip between me and Yoshi. Remember Yoshi?
I remember Yoshi.
Yeah, Yoshi was around in those days slinging dildos to the crowd.
He always had a bag full of porn.
Bag of porn, which is production. Yeah, those were the one I would do that too. I guess I was trying to get people to just go, hey man, everybody's cool back then, because I would put I would flip the straight and the weird porn or the more selective porn, and usually it was chicks with the dicks. Or cuts.
Well, I don't think the number one sellers are in the need some porn, grab some porn.
I remember like telling people like, hey man, do you like titties? This is a good one, but we'd flip them. It was just fun to, give them a little unexpected title in their VCRs.
Hard to believe your show got canceled.
It should have it should have been canceled just from one of the writing room situations. When there was none of it. It was like, it sort of felt like, like Mad Men, but Mad Men was set a long time ago. This was in the No Better era, but it was kind of the show.
Yeah, that was the show. It's called The Man Show.
Yeah. Mangina would have been a better title, or Cunts.
Fuck.
Oh, speaking of gay, did you see Victoria Jackson's sodomy speech?
I did see that clip.
She worked with Kelly Moran a little bit. It was a comic friend of mine. Yeah. He played piano, or
he's the guy that died recently, right?
Yeah, he died a while back.
Yeah.
So Victoria Jackson was traveling with him, and so they were in Eugene, and they just hung out at my place there. And then we ran around with Victoria Jackson, wanted to see some of the sights and shit. And but at one point, this was in the evening, so Hedberg was also in town that night, and Hedberg was playing at Calhoun's. I went over to go see Hedberg, and then I met up with Kelly and Victoria later. But Kelly and Mitch didn't get along at the time, or whatever. There was some sort of a feud. So anyway, but I joined up, and so I don't know that Victoria was drinking, but I joined them later in the evening with my wife, and my wife went to the bathroom. So I was sitting there with Victoria Jackson, who hates sodomy and homosexuality now, and Kelly. And she's when my wife was left, and Victoria goes, if I were with a woman, I think I would want to be with a woman like your wife. I guess maybe because they both are super religious now, or whatever.
Yeah, actually,
game.
But it was a weird, and me and Kelly both were like, "Wow, is she actually, like dropping this out there for a reason?" We had like a Seinfeld discussion about it. You think we should try to lube them up and see what happens? But I saw her rant on there. Holy shit, is she like just fucking? She's it looked like a role, like she's playing a complimentary role to a whale. Like she's in a.
Are you talking about her size, Andy?
Well, she's big and bigger and nuttier. I mean, she's just fucking nutty as shit, though.
I felt like kind of bad for her. Like she doesn't really seem to have very much conviction in her speech. Like she almost she just kind of like she believes it, but she almost seems like if you just wrote something else on a Post-it note, she'd believe that too.
Mm-hmm.
Like she just believes it because somebody told it to her. Like she almost is apologetic for it. Like, I'm sorry, but this is the truth because somebody I wish it wasn't so, but somebody told me this, and so this is the truth. And it's like, no, but wait, this is true. Oh, okay, well then this is true. I'm sorry, that's all right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She just seemed dumb.
Mm-hmm. It's a religion mixed with limited source of information, and and then anyone who would say, actually, that's kind of fucking not how most people think they're Betty, and they kind of they get their bubble or whatever, but it's like that nuttiness of that when Roseanne would get worked up, it's like it's just this fucking steady flow. That shit I can't imagine listening to certain news outlets all the time, and having it on as a steady thing, or even going into the rabbit hole with political daytime radio like that.
Yeah. I think with
the old Rush Limbaugh.
With Victoria Jackson, I think it's probably just religious.
Mm-hmm.
Like that focus on the family and all of that, where it is right wing, but it's completely tethered to evangelical Christianity, which is just fucking batshit.
Mm-hmm.
So it almost seemed, I'm with Chad, it almost seemed like she didn't quite believe what she was saying, even though she does believe it. Like it's almost like now that she is out of that insular world a little bit and speaking in a public forum about it, she's hearing the words come out of her mouth and she's like, oh my god, am I fucking do I believe this shit?
I wonder what it would take.
Because she's really close to, I mean, she is essentially living right next door to the God Hates Fags, Westboro Baptist Church, group. Like,
oh man, she'd fit right in. She'd, make them cookies or whatever. Yeah. It's pretty wild how it's like, hey man, aren't you supposed to just be like, it's like, I don't know, man. I used to get as a teenager or whatever, high school or whatever, you'd hear like butt fucking or it's like, it's funny, or you talk about it, it's like, who gives, it's like, what, she's so worked up about it that she's going to get in front of a bunch of people and give a speech. And that was about, her speech was to prevent a gay pride parade in Tennessee. So yeah, I wonder if that isn't her community, she's really fucking batshit crazy.
That is, she does live in Tennessee.
Okay. I thought she was in Florida, or maybe she used to be, or it just reeks of it. Seems like it. What was she?
Florida and everywhere.
She spilled over the state line.
I may be wrong. I know she did movies and stuff, but it wasn't her thing. She was just kind of a weird novelty on some shows, and did the handstand and like a cheerleader thing.
She did the splits on SNL,
and she wasn't like a big player. Was she a regular on that?
Oh, she was a regular. Yeah,
okay.
She had
I kind of remember her
too, where she was pretty involved. I remember. I mean, honestly, I'm with the old Scotsman on this. I've never been a big fan of SNL. I'll be honest with you, I don't think it's ever been really good. So, but she had a pretty good, she had a pretty prominent role for at least a couple of
few
seasons.
years. Yeah. I think she's in the Eddie
Miller era,
Yeah.
She had a 6-year run on there. And she basically, from 5 to 18, she was in gymnastics. And then she was a cheerleader, homecoming queen, attended Florida Bible College.
Yeah.
Before she got on SNL. And then so she took that sensibility probably to the big city.
Right.
And then made some money.
Yeah. So then, and then she probably got in, in the sinful lifestyle there a little bit. And then, when
they regret it.
And then when it went away, then she could, say that she chose to step away or whatever. It's like, I think she had a pretty limited shelf life of, I think I remember seeing her in like the Pickup Artist movie. It was playing a dumb blonde with a few lines.
Pickup Artist?
Uh-huh. That was Robert Downey.
Yeah, she was like always the cute, small chick.
She was bubbly.
Yeah.
And now she's just a bubble.
And her voice and shit. But man, I was thinking, man, wouldn't it be great to
that would be great.
I could do a show and all these people who are like, man, Hollywood can't handle my fucking shit, and just make a end times movie with all those people. Like, Victoria, what's your calendar look like?
My God, that Pickup Artist was 1987.
Oh, I was gonna say 86. Yeah, I think I saw that with I saw that in Coosbag, probably out at the movies. But yeah,
she did. Yeah, she was in. She did a lot. She did way more stuff than I figured she'd done.
And as a movie, he learned his lesson about just treating women, like they're disposable, and fell for one, I think. Maybe Molly Ringwald, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, I remember that was a movie, but I don't remember it.
I don't remember it either.
Well, there's
was a lot of those morally weird movies. I think there was one. Wasn't there one like Shallow Hal with the Jack Black?
Oh right,
You'd like it's okay
that was a great movie.
Or something.
Yeah. He liked her when she was fat, and then she wasn't fat or something like that.
No, he saw her. Didn't he see her as beautiful, or
he got knocked on the head by a coconut or something? One of those things.
He talked to, didn't he? You think he talked to Tony Robbins in an elevator?
Yeah.
And Tony Robbins gave him like a fucking knock on the head or something, and he hypnotized him into only seeing the inner beauty in people, so that he fell for a fatty.
Or a coconut.
Maybe I need to string up a coconut out here, so when I'm listening to McConaughey, and drop that coconut on my noggin, and then I'll
fucking reach another plane of existence, bro. That would be pretty amazing.
Yeah, coconuts can do a lot of that shit.
That is funny though. When you talk about movies like Shallow Hal, you're like, oh yeah, you know, well, you could never make a movie like that today. Usually when they're saying stuff like that, it's because because it was a shitty movie. Yeah. That's why you wouldn't make it today. You know, I mean, I know that Blazing Saddles is a classic, and it wasn't a shitty movie at all. It was a classic. But you always hear like, you know, like there's just a whole bunch of them. Like, yeah, it was a paper thin premise.
Well, and the whole point of those movies is that it's the opposite of the fucking way to be. It's a fucked up fucking thing.
Maybe that's what they're
any of that.
Yeah. That's probably why they're upset, man. Maybe we need a Blazing Saddles.
Yeah. No, you're right though.
You're the TV guru guy.
Yes, Tony Robbins, pleased to meet you.
Yeah! Oh, man! So, wow, you gave advice to whatchamacallit?
President Clinton?
No.
Mandela?
No. No, Pamela Anderson. Right? Yeah, give me another handshake. Wow, man, look at those mitts! That's like grabbing a bunch of bananas. What's up with those dogs? How big are those?
Size 16.
Didn't he have allegations on him now?
So he's a fucking weirdo.
I love
Jack Black, the other guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Black is good in everything.
Yeah, man, he's a rock star too.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd do a bongo session with Jack Black too if he wants to start a cult.
Maybe he'll be a special guest.
You could be that could be it. If Jack Black starts a cult, you'll get to grow a beard and be fat in it because he's just into it now.
Yeah,
love him.
I'm I'm already signed up, so whatever they have to sell, I'm already buying, man.
Yeah. Well, the best thing in your particular situation is that because of, you know, the cult your wife's in, it's not like anyone can complain, you know. This seems like a way more viable.
Yeah, they cancel each other out, don't they?
Witnesses.
I love that Andy can come home and say that he's in a whole different, weirder cult.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We're fucking top to you, baby.
Tell you what, we'll spin that around. How about Armageddon? How about No-Mageddon?
You just got to keep getting, man.
The more you getting, the more you getting, right?
We ain't stopping. Guess why?
Now let's stop at the football field and run some sprints.
Oh, God damn it.
So, Andy, do you know if the McConaughey thing, whatever, the McCona-Cult has is there a question and answer, and do you plan on
there's a few Q&A's, but I think they were just trying to get me to be a VIP.
Oh, you think that was the upsell?
Yeah,
trying to get you to get
how much does it cost?
It's free to me, but I'm not sitting in that extra hour VIP room.
Oh, you can. So it's like they got like a free YouTube with a Patreon tagged on to the end.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah, so sign up, man. Sign up to this one too.
We've been getting for fucking years, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony Robbins is going to be a guest.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he is.
Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi.
That's where I was already like bummed out about it. It was like, why are you bringing back? That's like, you know, you're bringing him back. It's like you're going to do a softball game, and here.
Oh, he keeps. I wonder who it is. It's going to be in the softball game analogy.
McGuire, like, wow, man, but McGuire would be cool. Fuck it,
McGuire.
Well, I mean,
your microphone.
He's fine.
Out, at least for me. I don't know if everyone else can hear you the whole time.
The internet is cutting out. Yeah, not the mic.
Yeah, it's not.
There's some big promises here on this this presentation.
Well, shit. Maybe should we all attend? I mean,
when is it?
What's going on here?
I think it's the 24th.
So like who? This is just the trick of marketing. They've got a thing here at the bottom of like you know, before you you know, click off of this, before the event, feeling like the goalposts keep moving on you, driving fast without a GPS, stuck in limbo after the last 3 years, held back by too many red and yellow lights, after the event.
Oh man.
Certainty on what you want and how to get it. Clear roadmap to achieving your more. Fueled up and driving full speed with real joy and catching more green lights in your life.
See?
Right.
Dude,
Erickson,
what could
Erickson
possibly
already
be wrong with that?
Erickson already knows most of this.
I got it already.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I read the book too, man.
I only work 64 hours a week at a car factory this week.
I don't.
Clearly, I've got things figured out.
I don't get how you can be that big of a mark and have money to spend on shit like that. That's the thing. You have discretionary income and you buy into shit like that. That's weird to me.
Yeah, it's free.
No.
Are you talking about Matthew?
The upsell. No, the upsell parts.
No, for the client.
There's upsells.
So how much does the after party cost?
I'm not seeing any after party. It might be when they send you the link and they go, "Hey,
I think it was like $100 or something, you know."
Yeah. So this is all just a trick to get you into.
Well, but it's just for an extra.
They'll probably send you some bongo drums too.
Yeah, just for it's just play my dog's belly.
Well, I think if
it's cutting out at the best times.
Oh man,
it's working. Don't worry about it.
It just goes silent, and then we hear dog belly right at the end. Like, oh, cool.
Okay, I got to get off this screen because now that I've clicked on it, I'm getting like things that are popping up constantly, telling me, "Hey, you just got to click here."
Hurry up! Time's running out.
Green light.
Live a good life or not?
Green light, yellow. Oh, you missed the offer.
Yep.
Hey man, that's okay.
Man. Those are
maybe it'll come back around, but if it doesn't,
those are just advertisements from the universe, man.
Yeah.
So whenever it is, man,
you guys need to hire me. Fuck, I could do that job. Shit.
Yeah, I'd be a counselor there.
Bullshit artist.
Well, bullshit, I just want to be able to twist it.
No, it's not bullshit. That's the thing. Once you realize it's all true.
Listen, dude, once you get me in the cult where I make all the money and you prove to me that it's not bullshit, then yes, I will convince other suckers that it's not bullshit.
I would ask at my cult meeting, my interview is what? Okay, so I know as a cult leader, you're going to get 90% of the pussy here. How do you figure
actually
on
the
that?
Cults, the way they work, Andy, is they get 100%.
I know that's the problem.
If you're fucking anyone, it's on the down low. You're not supposed to.
I guess I would be more comfortable being the leader in that situation. Not,
of course,
wouldn't we all?
100% of shared pussy is still shared pussy, though.
But right now, I'd be cool with. Right now, if I was, offering up, I'd go. Oh, okay. I'm sharing. There you go.
Yep.
I feel like we really lost the words of wisdom on that one.
It
was
I bet that was a good one.
Yeah.
Oh man, is it? Should I try to adjust it? Because it's not saying it's.
No, don't touch any of your equipment.
No, it's not. It's
you can't afford to go down.
I think it's your internet, dude.
Yeah.
It's
one of those things, man. It's probably sunspots.
Fuck that internet, man. It's Elon Musk is fucking with the internet now.
Yeah, he understands McConaughey's about to take his place as the fucking number one dude. He's trying to stop it.
That'd be fucked. I get all positive and shit like that. I mean, I'm due. I could use some positivity, but I can't use. I see through a lot of shit, so I doubt I'll get swept up in it. That's why I'm not religious or in a cult or don't have a favorite song, really.
Andy, when you whenever you had your cancer stuff and you were looking at had to consider death and stuff, we never did talk about this. Did you ever think about just like, fuck it, I'll just consider joining a cult or a something?
No, I think I would like tell them to go fuck themselves right until on my dedeath.
Did you? That was
I
came down to. I that atheists in foxholes things. I just don't think I ever really asked you about it.
Yeah, may have been a dream or a thing. Can you can't hear me at all? It's freezing.
No, you're back. You're back.
So, and I felt like they came in to pray with me. It's a Catholic hospital, so it's possible, but I turned it down. If that happened, I turned it down. Like, no, thank you.
Then they come in and they pray against you.
Yeah, they were going room to room or whatever, and then I was thinking, I wonder if that was like, is this a last rites situation too? But either way, well, I felt good with my decision to say no, thank you.
When were you afraid it was last rites?
When he saw the knife
operation.
Well, I mean,
in the wrong hospital.
They come in the fog. When I was, at least they did in my room. I was in, post surgery fog, and then they.
All right, Andy's definitely having trouble.
It's a band that plays the last rites. They come around room to room.
The nurse, yeah. Do you want to, and then if I said yes, and they pray, and then I'm like, fucking, I'm out. That's it. They fucking take you out. God's just waiting.
Well. And not only that, then if you do recover, then they take credit for it because they prayed for you.
Oh, yeah. The people who prayed for me, fucking assholes.
Well, they can't lose because if you get better, then they take credit. And if you don't, they go, well, it's God's will.
Yeah. You don't. They don't come up to you, when you think, I prayed for you, man. I don't know why you're so sick still. My whole family, we prayed, and you should be better, but I guess you have something wrong with you.
I prayed. I don't know why you're still sick. I am pretty shitty at praying. I keep my eyes open and stuff.
Yeah, so my last lesson was when I was like right before communion or whatever the thing I went through.
I don't
confirmation.
Know
well, I remember Stanhope's bit about the praying and your prayers bring it on, and that's what I was thinking of when that church school thing, like you cannot pray away anything. I learned, like, if I were to just concentrate the whole time that I found out I had cancer and just been all like deep, speaking in tongues shit, it wouldn't have done anything.
Right.
But it's funny how people, they do feel like it's a
Is there anything we can do about this?
Yeah, I've got a theory. I think he's left his computer up for over a week.
Recite names and shit.
A bunch of shit running.
Yeah, and he's probably got 10 fucking browser windows open.
Yeah,
it's lagging because what it's doing is it's catching up, and then it's lagging again, and that's when he's starting to.
Should we have him do should he close all of his tabs and do a reboot and come back?
He should reboot his computer. Is what he should do.
Okay,
I mean, do you know how to close? Do you know how to close the tabs? Don't hang up the phone yet. Let's talk through this one.
Tabs.
Yeah. Do you have other browser windows open, Andy? Do you have other things running in the background?
I don't think so, but maybe.
Well, yeah. Well,
I mean, I don't use this. Once I'm done here, I shut it down and I don't know.
But do you hang up?
But I don't. I think so sometimes.
I mean,
but I can reboot it.
Still going?
Yeah.
Let me reboot it because maybe it'll help.
Something's kludgy for sure.
Yeah, just shut her down and reboot the whole thing. I think that's the way to go. Now we'll just have a time for a word from our sponsors. Do we have any sponsors? Thank you, sponsors.
We have we're getting ready to go to Canada. Our friends in the up north. We'll be starting the 28th in Montreal and then working our way west. So there's that.
You're talking about the Doug Stanhope experience.
The Doug Stanhope experience. I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and we haven't brought it up, and I didn't hear anything, but I mentioned last week that the Road Dog Doug's movie got submitted to another film festival. And then Erickson and I actually watched it with the gals.
Yep.
Chad, did you watch it?
No, because I wanted to watch it with Jenny, and she had to go to work the next day and has been at work since. And we just got grandkids right after that, so I have not had a chance. I wanted to watch it with Jenny.
We'll talk about it next week a little bit.
But
I don't want to give away.
Now it's out there. I mean, Andy has the link too, so everyone will be able to watch it.
I already know what Andy's review is going to be.
Do you know that he's seen it?
No, but I know what his complaint is going to be. All you have to do is read the title.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Oh yeah.
Spoiler alert. There's no.
Yeah, don't salt the mind. Let's find out if he comes by it naturally.
There is a road in it though, so that's at least halfway accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look forward to chatting about it at some point. It was great.
Yeah, I wanted to watch that, and I wanted to finish season 4. I'm on season. I haven't watched any of season 4 of Succession yet, but I finished.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I didn't get to do either of those two things.
Chad, whatever you do, don't click on anything that talks about the episodes.
I know,
because you'll get fucked.
I'm gonna. Carrie Mitchell and I will be catching up on Succession this weekend. And but I did get a spoiler and I'm super pissed off. I already like the way I got the spoiler, it just pisses me off because it was a thing that you couldn't have avoided. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't hey, we're about to talk about Succession.
No.
Oh, I haven't seen the latest one.
It was just a thing on Twitter. Andy, don't say anything. But it was like it was just scrolling down and seeing something that immediately was the spoiler, like, oh, okay. And but I'm gonna be caught up this weekend. So if you go online,
I think I might have had a spoiler too, but I'm not for sure. But I think I might have had something too. But I don't know.
Let me just also say kudos to the Issues with Andy podcast and the Doug Stanhope podcast as well on being out in front of a burgeoning comedy star who is on the up and come. His name is Sam Talent. And he just played the Comedy Mothership this past week. He did the Joe Rogan podcast, and he is beloved here in Austin and crushed this week on stage.
Dude is loved.
And I am so glad that we have been on the Sam Talent fucking ship for so long, because that dude is legit and such a sweet guy and such a deserving guy. It's nice when you see someone with real talent get the the rewards of the business,
the accolades he deserves.
Yeah, fuck sure. Yeah, man. God damn it, that guy's good, and I'm glad it's working out for him, at least in this respect, because you get onto Joe's podcast, and that's like 10 million fucking people or some bullshit like that. So fuck
he still does. As far as I know, he still does like everything on his own. He didn't want to like get a producer to do the audiobook, or he self-published everything. And it's like he's just very DIY, and that's a lot of work, especially for someone who's actually out there doing road work as well. I've never seen a set of his.
Oh my god!
We've run into him on the road, but he's had a set somewhere else, and he just hung out in the green room.
One of the things you see now, another way that the internet is ruining everything is by ruining stand-up comedy, in the sense that you're always seeing these clips of comics doing crowd work, which is usually painful and annoying and degrades the art of stand-up comedy. Sam Talent does crowd work that is these are the kind of clips that people should be posting when you're just having a conversation with the crowd, because his mastery of the English language allows him to have a conversation with people live that is just a joy to listen to and is really, really funny. And it's not just, here's the funny comeback I had to the heckler.
A zinger.
Yeah, it's a whole nother thing, and he's bringing back short pants for the stage. So I'm fully on board with old Sammy boy. So
it looks like he was kidnapped going to the refrigerator for milk.
Mm-hmm. Plucked from the comedy condo.
In his house, like he's in some movie and they're like, hey, don't ever open that door. Don't ever open that door. And then one time he was home alone and he opened it and he ended up walked out on stage.
Kind of a Bean John Malkovich thing.
Yeah, that looks like the old stage at the Comedy Fort there.
That's the Comedy Fort,
Colorado, with our good friend David Rodriguez.
I love that venue. It's real tiny.
I've never been, but I do like David very much. And He's buddies with Kyle Pogue and that whole Denver and Fort Collins crew, which are also a bunch of good dudes. So
Pogue was out in this year's Before You Die.
Oh yeah,
yeah, which they just wrapped that up, right?
That was last week. Let me see.
So we got rejected. We
got rejected.
I meant to call everybody to go, hey, we got rejected.
The only thing we were allowed to do was be in their promotional materials.
Yes.
And so I'd like to thank the gang for that up there.
If you can't attend, it's good to be included in any way.
Yes, it's just an honor to be nominated.
It's like the people who get cheated out of In Memoriam. It's like we got the opposite of that.
We got the nanny boo boo.
It's always funny.
Maybe next year
they fuck.
There's always next year, man.
Yeah. No, I saw that. Well, our friend Mr. Boobs crossed over, and now he's he does stand-up comedy as well as singer-songwriter, all that other shit. Law enforcement out in Death Valley.
He's been a struggling, musician artist for long enough. It's time that he was also a struggling comedian. So
you can struggle.
He runs the open mics over there too, and I think it was started out. I don't know. It might still be open mic music as well as comedy. But he's always been a huge fan.
He's
of comedy.
Look. That dude is straight up an entertainer. So he should be on stage at all time.
He's a witty dude. So
he's
that makes sense.
Welcome back, Andy.
Rebooted. Hey, man, I rebooted and everything seems better.
It does. Your picture looks clearer. Your eyes don't look as glassy. The sound is good. Everything's fucking great, bro.
So I'll take that as good news on my. I'm doing I got a scan coming up. So that's what I'm hoping for. Yeah, back into the tube in a week on the 19th.
I'm praying for you, brother.
Yeah, 4/19. You can send prayers or you can send me money so that if I'm okay, I can get a lot of weed on 4/20 to celebrate. But thoughts and prayers are nice too. It's like when you get a card from your grandma and money doesn't fall out. That's what thoughts and prayers are. It's like, I guess there's some writing in the card.
And if it's not okay, you can get a lot of weed on 4/20 to medicate.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm eyeing windsuit school up in Portland. I know there's a place you can go do that. It's like you can go in a building and get blown.
I did
or whatever.
I don't think that's exactly the same thing, but I do.
Depends on the building.
I do respect and appreciate your idea of wingsuiting your way out of this existence and into the next. But honestly, you might as well just launch yourself in the trebuchet that you're gonna. Because you in a wingsuit would have exactly as much success as a person launched into the air.
I'm skittish, so that might help.
You don't read directions either.
Why don't you just why
you don't need directions?
Just don a wingsuit and launch yourself in a trebuchet.
There you go.
Well, that's what into a what?
No, into the air with a trebuchet.
You launch yourself from the trebuchet, but wearing a wingsuit. And that's your launch. You don't even have to get up high.
It's a combination.
In the air.
Save a lot of time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bring those up, marry your two ideas.
So I'll dive into that more on after my oncologist report or not. I'll put it, it'll be one of the hobbies. But I would like to get at least go into one of them places that you do that. I don't know what they call that.
Oh, you talking about the
indoor skydiving?
Indoor skydiving. Yeah.
What do they call that?
Stupid. You're not even gonna like it.
Or just watch a fucking James Bond movie.
Well, but the indoor skydiving is a scam. They just you just levitate in the air.
Yeah. Wait, how is it a scam?
It's a scam in that you're going to enjoy
you don't even get hurt.
So the same with axe throwing too. Then
they just turn the air off. You just fall.
It seems like it'd be fun. Yeah, seems like it'd be fun, and it's not. Is it like zip lining? Another fucking thing that you should be fun, but most people don't find fun. I guess. I mean,
right.
I wouldn't. I did some zip lining, and I don't remember it. It was
were your eyes closed?
Well, it was when me and my daughter went up to Mount Hood, and then we also bungee jumped. But I remember the bungee jumping because that was memorable. But she goes, yeah, we zip lined up there, and I don't remember zip lining. That's how fucking stupid.
Well, compared to the bungee jumping,
it erased it.
Pretty tame.
But it erased it from my memory. Huh. I don't even remember.
Bungee jumping is fucking scary, dude. I'm positive I would never do that.
Oh yeah.
And I've seen a couple of the videos of this, the bungee snap in the last minute and the guy falls. And I don't even need to see that to know I'm still not going to fucking do it. It's just,
I wanted to do a more dangerous one
near the edge of something in a completely safe fucking environment. I'm not getting out to the edge and jumping off of something.
My butthole puckers up watching videos of those things. I don't want to.
Your feet wouldn't move.
I was gonna go.
Chaille, I guess they do have those wind tunnels where you can go up high though. I was thinking they only can go like low, but I guess they.
But no, there's a lot of headroom,
but they have the ones where they go up and down too.
Because they use it for training too, to be able to maneuver and everything. But it's not fake. I mean, it's still.
I never meant it to be fake.
It would be fun, I guess.
That'd be
I don't think it would be fun.
Before windsuiting, that'd be, it's like might as well go bungee jumping a few times.
Look at the difference between that bungee jump right there and that indoor skydiving picture that Chaille just had up. Does that look like a super exciting time? There's a sliding glass door right behind that kid.
Anytime
That's
you see
how high off the fucking ground they are.
But you're looking at a photo. You're not looking at like what that kid can do.
Just floating there.
A beginner course.
I could jump off the ground and do.
Yeah, that doesn't
somersaults and dive.
That would be fun.
I think I would just go there and then they would, and then sign up and everything and get in the suit, and then they'd be like, okay, where'd that guy go? And then they'd be looking around, and then I just drive off with the suit.
And he's just trying to practice learning how to crash into a fucking boulder anyway.
Right, man. Let me just try this shit out on my own here.
Wait, so you're saying Andy's like the fucking 9/11 terrorists who go to flight school and they don't want to learn how to land?
Yeah,
exactly.
Will you teach me how to make this plane take off?
No. And I wouldn't be opposed to hitting. Well, there's no more Twin Towers. It would only be funny if it was the Twin Towers rebuilt. Get it in a windsuit.
So here's a time lapse of a guy doing like an airwalk thing upside down. You got some vertical space there, Chad.
That looks a little more fun. All right, that
wasn't what I was picturing when I was.
That guy's probably done
for sure
1,000 hours of indoor skydiving to learn how to do that.
He's the guy who
he's the of indoor skydiving right there.
That's like a 50-year-old guy who roller skates, dances and shit. You're like, wow, this guy's really good at this. Well, how did this guy get so good at this weirdly specific, stupid fucking? He's a sky dance guy.
He's dancing on the ceiling. It's Lionel Richie.
Yeah. Fucking Lionel Richie, man. I used to enjoy the Lionel Richie back in the early college days.
Enjoy the Lionel Richie. Fucking Commodores.
Yeah. Fucking Commodores, man.
Fucking Commodores, man.
Remember they got mentioned in Vacation. Remember these when their car was getting graffitied and they're in the black neighborhood. I wonder if these guys know the Commodores. That would have been me as a kid. Hey man, can I get your autograph?
Are you the Commodores? Yeah, I remember we talked about that. The first black person I saw, I asked if he was in the Harlem Globetrotters. Oops.
Racist.
Little sheltered growing up in Walnut, Illinois. Little sheltered.
Yeah. Well, we always, I guess Scooby-Doo had us all geared up for when the Globetrotter van would roll through town. We'd go, is that the Globetrotter van? Then we'd see the guy dribbling the basketball out the side. Go, fuck yeah, it is.
Yeah. But in real life, our town cops are running off any black person that came to town. Like,
total sundown town.
Don't make the Globetrotters leave. How are we ever going to get good?
Punctured the Globetrotters' tires and smashed one of them in the side of the head with his gun.
Oh, shit. We got to get another Curly.
Yep.
was looking for my geese basketball, but I guess it's downstairs. My Geese Osby basketball.
Yeah.
Signed by the great Geese Osby. He gave me a deflated ball and no tickets to the event. Thanks, brother. This is not how I envisioned it on the Globetrotter cartoon.
Well, it's BYOA.
I think they had their own cartoon for a minute, or maybe they were always just on the.
I think they did have their own cartoon.
Yeah, they did. They had Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solving mysteries and shooting hoops. Not a bad combo. Hey, I'm already in the McConaughey mode.
I think Curly Neal was from Peoria, Illinois.
Really?
Wow.
My second hometown.
Uh-huh.
Now that I think about it.
Mr. Ball Handling.
I mean, we didn't have just, Brett Erickson. We had Curly Neal as another famous Peorian.
Yeah. So you, Richard Pryor, and Curly Neal.
Yeah. Quite a trio. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Who would be on the other Mount Rushmore?
Sam Kinison.
Kinison was from Peoria too?
He went to high school there. He graduated from East Peoria High School. And his first church was in the first Kinison family church was in Peoria.
Wow.
So who else? I don't know if anybody else.
You could have been born again.
Mr. Caterpillar.
Kinison Church.
Yeah.
Well, and then when I met the Globetrotters, they were nothing but a bunch of cock-blocking gamblers.
What were you up to that you made the Globetrotters mad, Andy?
I didn't make them mad. They were just they made me kind of mad. Wearing they basically dressed like in their warm-ups to go down and hang out in the casino lobby. Of course,
So you were trying.
No, it's just. They came in and they just. I don't know. They just took the energy out of my area.
So they came in, gambled, and gobbled up all the pussy.
Yeah, they pulled focus. I think their term in Hollywood is pulling focus.
But they weren't. Yeah, they were. I don't know. It's like they're pretty good college players. And this is going to upset some Globetrotter enthusiasts, but just because the guy can jump 12 feet in the air doesn't make him a good basketball player per se.
Yes, correct. Well, we've been down this road on this podcast before. We've definitely
that guy would be a Globetrotter if he could jump a lot, or if he could
Globetrotter life.
The outside shooting and shit, a lot of people are
pretty. I have to reboot again.
Good with nobody guarding them, and I'm not saying that. Oh man, how would I find out if I had tabs open? You don't even hear that.
Ask Siri.
Hey Siri. Call Matthew McConaughey. Ask him if they'll be covering tabs.
I hope you get this tab situation solved before you join the McCona-Cult. If McConaughey's playing some bongos and he's about to lay some serious fucking philosophy on you and your fucking computer cuts out, you're gonna miss the big reveal.
I can already tell you, Chaille had to shut his down because it had so many popping up. And he signed up.
It definitely, yeah.
Oh man, you think you think the cults? Do you think the cults?
You're already in it.
You're infiltrated, buddy.
Yeah. Well, look, the fact that you're wearing an Austin FC
poisoning my
fucking score points.
First, we cut off communications. Well, it's I think if you VIP. I don't know. I'm not looking if it's going to be a face situation. I doubt I'm going to, sit there and hang out and go, all right, man, connecting with other cultists. Just here.
Doing a podcast with some fellers who ain't signed up. Shut him down.
Drop him to the lower tier.
Excommunicate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I can. I'll take little gems I get from there and then I'll just spread them around. But I'll check.
You'll go out and you'll spread the message for free.
But I'll close tabs up first. Where are tabs? Like down below?
At the top. They look like like a file, like a file.
Your pages that you're looking at.
The tab would be the successive browser windows that are open. When you open the original browser window,
I think I just
have other ones.
I think I shut down 2 browsers.
There you go.
Gunned them down.
El finito. Good for you. Good for you.
Sorry about that. I mean, it should, my internet was working fine. We had our guest, that dude I told you about, he's autistic and threw the ball. Anyway, he also wrestles with Satan or whatever, because he was back and he'd come back and yell like he was firing Satan. You're fired, Satan. He said a bunch. I finally listened, so I was like, man, this guy, he yelps. And I knew when sirens come close to the house.
Whoa, hold on. I gotta stop you. Okay, he yelps. Does that mean he's
oh no, yeah,
views?
Yeah, no, he
didn't
release. He gets behind a closed door and he has a dialogue with himself and gets mad and barks and shit.
Okay,
which is cool, I mean, I wish you would have left the place a little neater, but I understand when you're barking and telling Satan he's fired while sitting on the toilet.
How do you know he was sitting on the toilet?
Because the bathrooms,
the camera?
you can kind of, if you could, I didn't know it. I didn't know, but you can kind of hear through the one bathroom.
At the end of this whole story, we're going to find out that this guy thinks Andy is Satan because he knows somebody's watching.
Because he hears someone talking.
Are you okay in there? Yeah.
And he's got one of those.
Pick that shit up in the living room. Stop making such a mess.
This is Satan. This is Satan telling you to quit hopping around in there, man.
No, God wants you to quit hopping around. Satan wants you to keep hopping around.
And breakfast is at 9:30 sharp.
And he's got a bunch of those Scooby-Doo portraits with the eyes cut out. He's like,
yeah, he was fine before he got here, and then he turned paranoid and on his way out. I didn't even tell. I mean, he was here a long time before I was like, I guess I'm gonna go up there and just like try to hear what goes, because it's like, he's either having a hostile conversation with somebody on the phone or it's just him. And then I figured out, that's just, some days the can gathering doesn't go well and you got to come home and let loose on your spouse or whatever if you're alone. That's what was going on. But you're fired, Satan. So here's how I knew. I was like, is that what I'm hearing? Satan, you're fired. and then I heard the toilet flush. So that's how I knew.
Maybe that's how he was. Maybe he was talking to his
I don't know, man.
Yeah, maybe that's the name of his bowel movement.
Actually makes more sense than anything else.
Yeah, he expelled the evil.
I should have tapped on the cabinet and said, "Hey, man, try some fiber."
Yeah.
That might help. I don't know what, are you eating?
I don't even know what I say when I take a shit, to be honest, sometimes.
Yeah. You'll say whatever you need to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go into his.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe that's what it is too. But this was a. Yeah. Oh man, if you're trying to deliver one and you're constipated or whatever, you might say all kinds of stuff. You might sound like Victoria Jackson in front of a town hall meeting. Oh Lord, I'm against it. Have people who get sodomized now and then don't have that trouble.
God damn.
Sodomized is a bad term. I mean, that sodomize sounds like a victim thing, right? Sodomy. I don't know. Sodom and Gomorrah.
Let's make this more of a Sodom us.
Yes, I think she brought up Sodom and Gomorrah, which is like really, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
that's
what you're up against ultimately. People who believe that an entire city turned to salt
because they were butt fucking,
because they sinned too much, and the guy who's watching from the clouds,
a lot of butt fucking, sin too much and ain't. and everybody's getting drinks real quick, served real, full drinks, a good commerce. Everybody, the whores were well tipped and had health insurance. And what does God do? He sees this perfect oasis and he says, I'm going to turn everybody in here into salt because they made it work.
That's actually true, because in a situation like that, in a paradise like that, you don't have to depend on God. So God had to stop it. He had to ruin a good time. He's a fucking
there was no need for law enforcement because everybody was just cool.
Yeah, man.
And they all listened to McConaughey.
Oh, we can't have that.
They were just living, man.
Speaking of living, just living, my old buddy Mitch McConnell is on the ropes. I don't know about on the ropes, but he's
been pretty quiet lately.
Yeah, he was kind of feeble-tarding around for a few. I mean, I saw a couple times when he's on TV, and it was like, wow, he seems like unsteady, and then he fell, and it's like, whenever an old relative falls and then they go away. Bit, and they might bounce back for an appearance. They're dead, pretty much. Uncle Mitchie is. So I think it's going to be curtains for Mitchie.
5 weeks he was out.
Yeah. He's still way ahead of Diane Feinstein.
Yeah, that dumb bitch.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Curtains for Mitchie.
I know who you're talking about. I don't know.
Great to have.
I don't need to know.
Just old. They're like old.
That's dude. And we're going to get
old people
too deep into the nobody gives a fuck realm, Andy. We can't go there. You and I are the only two people that give a fuck about stuff like that.
Which Coors Light? Do you drink Coors Light or Bud Light, man?
Yeah, Miller Lite's been really left out of this whole thing, which I don't understand. I don't understand why all the anti-woke conservatives went immediately to Coors Light, and not one of them, which is Miller Lite, which is a superior beer to Coors Light, in my alcoholic opinion.
Isn't Miller Lite run by Anheuser-Busch?
I do not believe it is. No,
I'm looking it up. I can't remember.
No, Miller Lite's not run.
That's it. It's just that one's fun to me too.
Miller and.
Oh man, I saw this one dude.
They're competitors, Andy.
They're competitors.
Yeah, I saw this dude pouring out.
Coors owns Miller.
What did Jack Daniels must be owned by one of them? But I saw a dude protesting and pouring out, 30 bottles of whiskey.
I saw that video too.
And then throwing out a few cheap relics of Jack Daniels or whatever.
Yeah, it's some asswipe who got a bunch of, dumb bottles of flavored Jack Daniels for gifts probably over the years, dumped them out into a fire pit and, in some big show of support for, anti-trans.
No, one of them is trying to just. Have you seen any of them? Just like, I'm gonna just guzzle this shit down, man. This is the last time I'll be drinking this Bud Light. I'm drinking all of it. Like you're pouring out whiskey you're not hurting anybody. You can hurt them by drinking it all. So I'm gonna drink all this shit in protest to their letting somebody in a dress. Jesus, is that the same one? The Jack Daniels.
I don't know what the Jack Daniels.
The Jack Daniels one is a dude who did the same thing. He basically took all his shit in his man cave and got rid of it.
We're asking about why they're anti-Jack Daniels.
Same thing.
It's the same part of the.
They support, or they aren't aligned with what they feel is the right agenda.
Yeah.
But with the Bud Light, they came out with a campaign. I don't know what the YouTube with the Jack Daniels thing is. Let me see if I can find it.
Spuds.
Why would it? I mean, I guess everyone's talked about this enough already. We all are in agreement here. But why does it bother someone if a product you like is trying to appeal to sell their product to other people?
To be more inclusive.
Just because people aren't like you doesn't mean that the person who's selling that product doesn't want to sell their product to them. They want to sell their product to everybody.
I don't think that matters.
It clearly doesn't.
I don't think that matters to anybody. I think the thing that matters is just the side that you're on.
Yeah. I'm on the side.
I understand that it's completely polarized, and there's one side and there's the other. But somebody had to decide that they were mad about Bud Light doing an Instagram campaign with a transgender woman. Like,
there's people, I think that's their whole thing. They just, they scope all the papers. Like I used to clip out articles and shit for material or whatever. They just go through shit for outrage and then they send it around.
Yeah, this is the guy.
As you all know, I am the biggest advocate and supporter of Jack Daniel's whiskey. Have been for 40 years.
Do we know? Do all of us know that this fucking coverall hillbilly is a big supporter? I mean, he really goes out on a limb that we all know who this fucker is.
You guys know.
Starting right there.
Fucking Patreon people. Like
he's an overall influencer.
Well, we'll see,
overalls influencer.
Here's the deal. You went woke. The company's been going and making badass whiskey for 150 years, since 1866, and out of nowhere, you went woke. So this is what I got for you guys.
For 166 years,
Mirror that has been in every house I've owned.
If I saw Dr. Pepper rape a child, I'd still finish what I had.
Does he have bear spray on his belt loop?
Every Jack Daniel's glass that I've ever owned.
I could sell this shit for $2,000 on eBay, and I'm gonna throw it right in the fucking garbage because I'm a moron.
Every wooden sign
the side hustle is his video.
My pub.
Well, yeah, he probably made fucking. I don't know who this guy is, but he probably made a shitload of money on this video.
Sure. This is the part I don't get. You already bought it.
Yeah. Pour it in a big bucket. You drink it.
Made a shitload of money on this video.
Imagine if you've got teenage kids that are like, Dad, don't do that.
What's on his hip? You guys, it looks like a can of Barbasol.
I think he lights up the.
Yeah, he's got like one of those little flamethrower things.
You know, it's not surprising. It's a voice of a woman is not there. You know.
Well, somebody's filming it.
Talking mud in the house.
You're making a big scene out of nothing, John.
Oh, here you go again, Mr. Big. I'm not gonna buy whiskey.
Yeah, I know shit.
You did this with Snapple last month, remember?
She left him a while ago.
The thing that surprises
And the
me
capper.
about all
If he's smart, he did that. And the capper.
The thing that surprises me about all of these videos is when they go back around is like, not like this is like his man cave, and they go around like that's his fucking 7 RVs.
2 of the world's most expensive Jack Daniels. Big, $250 a bottle and $100 a bottle. Fuck your woke ass company.
People are fucking billionaires. None of this fucking matters.
Fuck your woke ass company.
That'll teach you.
Yeah, I don't know. With regular Jack Daniels, will that ignite?
I think he splashes around some lighter fluid on it here too.
Karen won't.
Yeah.
Oh, Karen.
Oh, hairspray.
You got it.
That's fucking fun.
Hooray, you did it.
YouTube covered up the big fucking finale with its next video promotion. What kind
of he wasn't thinking too smart on that one.
Yeah, man. We're just getting the part.
And he makes you think.
Makes you think he's probably got a felony. That's why he can't shoot any of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna, I'm glad. I mean, I know there's companies I prefer. I like Jimmy John's. I don't know. I mean, there's a bunch of companies that you hear anything about. I think Ben and Jerry's. They went woke or something.
They were always woke. They were hippies.
No, but I think they did. I think they're unwoke now. I think they did anyway. But it's like
what? They're not hippies?
I think Ben and Jerry's did something that stung the hippie soul. I think they put Velcro on the Birkenstocks, so to speak.
I'm not sure that analogy makes any sense, but
I don't know.
I don't know. It.
Yeah, but I think one of their guys did something that
hiring immigrants, or I don't remember. I think I remember
voted for Trump.
Something like not
Ben
that.
went MAGA.
Yeah, maybe
Jerry's
a little bit
happy.
of that. I don't know. I don't have any ice cream right now.
Yeah,
I don't think it says it on the can.
Yeah, this ice cream is no longer woke.
Yeah,
go back. I don't know, man. Yeah,
sleepy chocolate.
Fast asleep.
Sativa chocolate, please.
I'm not seeing anything. There's a bunch of stuff on like how ethical they are and everything like that, but nothing's coming up as a Ben and Jerry's.
I thought that it had to do with the Russian war.
It really does.
Aggression.
It really must be difficult, honestly, to, the whole, all right, well, we're not drinking Bud Light. I'm not going to watch
that guy in particular, because I bet he,
Jack Daniels is out. Like, there's a whole list of shit. We can't, Nike had a thing, so we're not using, it's just like, it's got to be difficult to keep track of all that shit in your head, to be that mad at that many companies. And most of these people are raging capitalists.
And they don't,
that's the irony that goes along with it. It's like, oh, really? So, all right, well, good luck. Because doing what capitalism does.
Anytime you have a feud with a corporation, it's like, no matter how much energy you put into it. And I'm sure Stanhope is throwing a lot at State Farm, but it's like it's still just a little blip, you feel like, like when I was bad mouthing State Farm back in
the day when his garage got hit by a tree from a thunderstorm,
and then they didn't follow through with it.
My daughter say something so I'm telling a toddler at a grocery store that Stanzorn is a shitty agent for State Farm or what, it's like she doesn't care. But I was like, I'm trying to fight a corporation, and there's just, there's very little anything one person can do. You go, if you have a bully pulpit, you can get on like, I'm going to get on and complain to a lot of people. That's about it.
Yeah.
I think their beer.
I think you're tilting at windmills is the
thing. I got the Ben and Jerry's scoop here. If you
there you go. Use that. No, I'll take two, please.
This is from
Close over, everybody.
This is from classaction.org. Ben and Jerry's faces a proposed class action that alleges the ice cream icon's claims that its products are ethically sourced are false, given that its supply chains make use of migrant child labor. That's basically the gist of it.
Okay.
So,
and what the Dalai Lama says about that. The Dalai Lama says,
let's talk about the Dalai Lama for a minute.
Yeah.
What a fucking weirdo. I've been thinking about this for a while. I think that it's as much like first of all, any religious leader is a fucking weirdo just for being into religion and being that into religion that you make it to the top of one. You're already a fucking weirdo. But I think that it's like, all religions are cults. So if you become a cult leader, like the Dalai Lama is,
but didn't they appoint him?
It makes you weird. It makes you weird in the end.
Yeah.
Like you can't be in that sort of exalted position, constantly being told you're this like otherworldly being, or whatever, without ending up wanting to suck a young boy's tongue.
What isn't the
Dalai Lama was kidnapped when he was like 7 and told he was
even weirder.
He didn't try to be that.
Yeah. So you're right. You're right.
Of course he's weird.
What a weird fucking thing. Yeah, that religion is based on the grooming of a child who was swiped, and maybe they don't fuck the chosen one or whatever, but maybe they do. I mean, who's to say? And then he's somehow, because they thought he was the one, he goes around and he gets to be Jared from Subway. Suck my tongue.
I had not heard of this. This is shocking.
Oh my god!
And then they goof on him or they say, "Oh no, the Dalai Lama sometimes goofs around or whatever."
Just being playful.
Yeah.
Oh, he was kidding when he stuck his tongue out of the kid.
There were other moments, Chaille, where they're like
there's a video
touching. Yeah, like they're like he's like the
video is shocking.
It's fucking gross.
Yeah, I think the Dalai Lama just kind of forgot that the camera was on.
Yes, I think that you're right. And I think
like
the Dalai Lama is old and just kind of forgot. I think maybe this kid got him particularly excited and he just forgot where he was.
Probably. I bet that. How about, hey, Chad, what do you think that boy's about the age he was when he got taken?
I think so.
Probably sees a little bit of himself.
Yeah.
Maybe you could be the 14th Dalai Lama. You play your cards right, kid.
If you suck on my tongue, maybe we'll both, Yeah.
We can reincarnate up to my room.
So yeah, he gets a free pass on my no. more so than a pope, though. A pope had a regular childhood. This guy was, abducted and then raised by religious weirdos who thought
it's no excuse at all, but it is fucked up situation.
Yes, absolutely correct. And don't tell James Inman, because he's a Buddhist, and we certainly don't want him mad at us.
Yeah, but I mean, if Inman's any example, then Buddhism is over.
The Dalai Lama is apologizing for this exchange with a young boy during a recent event
this was
in
another
India.
video.
The child's face is blurred to protect his identity. According to reports, the child asked the spiritual leader for a hug. The Lama hugged the child and then allegedly asked the boy to, quote, suck my tongue. The incident is sending shockwaves across the world,
all of a sudden
causing His Holiness to issue an apology to his 19 million followers on Twitter. It reads in part, His Holiness wishes to apologize to the boy and his...
So they're not showing it.
They didn't show the part.
I mean, I don't need to see it. I know what what happens, but
he kissed him on the mouth. The boy tried to pull back. He pulled him back in and then stuck his tongue fucking out and was like, suck my tongue. And fucking, it was weird, dude. Weird.
Yeah.
Weird shit.
Yeah, man.
We don't need to get blocked by showing that here. So.
Oh man, yeah. We're so like, hey, we're not showing child porn. We showed the Dalai Lama interacting with a child.
Well, the Dalai Lama called it a hug.
Mm-hmm.
A hug with his tongue?
Dolly.
Even acknowledging him and said, just give him a hug. What the fuck?
I'm just tongue hugging this boy.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know much about Buddhists, but that's
weird, man.
He got outed by Buddhists probably, so I mean they're not even cool with it.
I don't know. If he was in India, there's a lot of Hindus there, so maybe they were like, all right,
it's a plot.
This fucker.
Maybe it's a deep fake. Maybe it was Andy Dick.
It was AI.
Andy Dick.
Andy Dick.
Under a mask.
I would go with that theory.
That's kind of his shit, man.
Yeah, he would. That Andy Dick has pulled that move.
Yeah. Oh man,
for sure.
Pretended to be the Dalai Lama.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe the Dalai Lama and Andy Dick have hung out.
The Dalai Lama was in fucking Honolulu, you guys. That was Andy Dick. I don't know what
He
the
was,
hell you guys are talking about. They got a picture of the Dalai Lama surfing.
When the Dalai Lama showed up, cult and that cult NXIVM cult thing, and they wanted his blessing to be legitimate. And I was like, Jesus. I mean, now it's like, they're both legitimate. I think they're both legitimate.
Well, all religions are cults.
Equally legitimate.
Just a matter of just a level of success, I mean, there's no definition of a cult that doesn't apply to Catholicism or Buddhism or Hinduism or any evangelical Christianity. All of it's all the same. It's the same as NXIVM and
Scientology,
Jonestown, Scientology. What was the fucking Applegate?
Yeah, it's funny when that's the one I was thinking of. But they're still members of those. It's like,
oh yeah, sure.
Like everybody else left and everything, and then they're like, yeah,
or died.
They're still, I didn't make it with them, but I'm still, living under.
Yeah, someone's got to cut the grass and pay the bills.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, David Koresh is still got some cool messages on tape.
I would imagine most cults too, they get big enough, then they get known as like, they're pedophile cults. And then there's still like the majority of the members of the cults are like, what a fucking pedophile cult. We're trying to protect our fucking cushy lifestyle cults. And then jackass fucking 3 dudes were pedophiles. We didn't even know it. Like, we're not a pedophile cult. We're just fucking assholes.
We steal members' money, but we don't.
Yes,
we don't fuck kids.
We're soulless fucking cunts. We're not pedophiles.
There's always there's always one dude who's like, got everybody else sold on anti-government, and it's like hey, Hal, your kid's like beautiful. Bring her in. I think that's what it seems like most of the cults lately, it's like, there's a pedophile and that's controlling other people. It's like, just, that's what that congressman wanted there. He dropped that. Let's just if a 12-year-old decides or parents decide,
crazy.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's fucking, so you're saying a 12-year-old.
Now we got to explain to Chaille what you're talking about.
You don't have to explain everything. I get the gist.
But it's a Congress dude, right? He's a congressperson, and he's speaking about.
Especially when you flourish all the details. Like, there's a Congress dude, see, and then
and he's already got it wrong. It was the Missouri state legislature. It was a state representative from Missouri who was in some sort of debate, some sort of committee meeting, where another guy said, I looked up your history, and you actually voted no on a bill that would ban children from being married when they were 12 years old, and you support these children being married if it's the whole idea was they were talking about transgender things, and this other guy was saying the parent, it was all about the parents having control of what their kids do. And this guy was making the point that, you're saying that the parents, if they consent to a 12-year-old being married, that should be allowed. And the guy said, a
lot of people get married at that age.
A lot of people get married at 12. Like, I know some people that got married at 12, and guess what? They're still married. It's like, oh, dude, what?
Yeah, like 12 is the age that they should be allowed to say, hey, I want to be married. My parents say it's cool or whatever. What age did you start dating? Like they didn't.
Marriage 12. Can happen at 12. Then when was your first?
Not
kiss
that 12 isn't questionable enough, but I saw her at her 5th birthday party, and I decided I better stay close. This one's pretty hot or whatever. Yeah, it's just it's like creepy as fuck, to say the least. But and they probably won't even, nothing will become of that, but it's like, you talked about fucking marrying 12-year-olds. You can't come into work anymore.
Right.
But that guy, he's going to be there for another 20 years.
Laws. He's making the laws.
And he's okay with openly saying that shit. 12.
Well, I'm sure there's people that feel that 12-year-olds should be allowed to be men should be allowed to marry
Dalai Lama
12-year-old females. I mean, that's what we're talking about, right? We're not talking about 35-year-old women wanting to marry a 12-year-old boy.
Well, a 12-year-old boy being married is just silly, Chaille.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm just saying, this is clearly old white men making rules that. And he's still in there. You said he's still.
Oh yeah, this literally just happened the other day.
Wow,
floated around a day or two ago.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man.
I wasn't ready to be married to old dude at 12.
Still wanted to have your options open.
I still wanted to go to summer camps and such.
You didn't even know you were ready to date an old dude at 12.
No, I knew I was about done with it at that point. Or getting ready to be done with it. Contemplating.
Yep. All right. Well, let's start putting a bow on this motherfucker. What do you say?
Oh.
Fire it up, boys.
All right. Well, Andy, we talked about it while you were rebooting. If you can try and I sent you the link to the Road Dog.
Okay,
you can do it. We can discuss some of it like in a future episode.
We could discuss it. We could do a Patreon episode on the Road Dog. That way it wouldn't be any spoilers, because anybody who wanted to hear that discussion, be out there.
Yeah, I was waiting. I'm gonna watch it either tonight or tomorrow.
Well, it's kind of tough because you kind of want other people to have watched it,
right,
to be able to do the Patreon thing.
Well, that's true. So I mean, really any sort of discussion might be.
You're right. Yeah.
Be So let's just us enjoy it, and let's not let the peasants have it until they have it.
until they decide that it's ready for release. There is talk of someone releasing it like a short run in movie theaters.
Really?
Someone, bankrolling it to do that. But nice. So far, that's all we've heard about that, other than it being entered into the North Virginia International Film Festival.
Yeah. Well, good for, when I think of international films, North Virginia is my fucking go-to. Everybody knows that.
International as fuck right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Like this podcast, international.
Now, I've heard of other movies making it into the Northern West Virginia Film Festival, and that's fucking garbage.
Yeah, that's a really trite organization. They really just kind of coattailing on all the exposure that the North Virginia International Film Festival gets, trying to make it seem like they were there first. It's just a bunch of bullshit.
Absolutely.
Well, I'll go first because I'm kind of excited to share mine.
All right.
I've laughed my ass off out loud every single episode of this one. It's on Amazon Freevee. It's called Jury Duty. And I don't even know how to describe it. So
all right, I saw it.
Watch Jury Duty.
What is it like? It's episodic, like a half an hour long?
Yeah, like 20, 30 minutes.
Okay.
And there's like six episodes.
Okay, I'm in.
It is very funny. It's got James Marsden as James Marsden. It's kind of like a mockumentary. Okay. It's kind of a weird. I don't even know how to describe.
Like The Office.
I do not know how to describe it at all, and it is
keep going
fucking funny. Go news next. Watch it.
How did you find that, Chad, on Freevee?
Just trying to see what was on Freevee.
How did you find Freevee?
I guess that was the bigger question.
Sprung.
What the fuck is that?
If you haven't watched Sprung on Freevee, watch Sprung.
Oh, that was the one you talked about. Yeah.
I remember Freevee. That. I watched that.
That one I've watched that one multiple times because it's really funny.
That was my recommendation. I don't have one, but I'll take Sprung as my recommendation.
Oh, there you go. You can take that one.
Right on.
Yeah. I remember Sprung. It was God. Chad, you talked about it, didn't you? Didn't you bring it?
Yeah, Ggreg Garcia is the one that did that one. Same guy that did My Name is Earl.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yep.
Should know that.
But yeah,
that is good. I saw 3 episodes of that.
I think you'll like it. Maybe not. I don't know.
Well, we already talked about what I'm doing right now, and that's I got to catch up on Succession. I know we're in the heat of the battle right now, so that's my whole focus. It's going to happen over the next couple of days. I'm a couple episodes behind.
Won't believe what happens in this last episode with
just stop.
With Ggreg.
I'm probably right where you are, Erickson.
This is how, like, it's just like this is the problem. It's my problem because I didn't watch the show when it happened. No. But everything's a spoiler.
Well, who would know? There's no way you would know that this was going to happen Like it really was. It's pretty fucking crazy.
But even just saying, ho ho ho.
Yeah.
Whoa, man! Make sure you don't miss the 38th minute of episode 3. It's like when you go to a movie with someone who's already seen the movie, and then they're just
dying to tell you.
Oh, wait, you got to check.
Watch right here.
Check this part out.
Keep watching.
Like, I'm already watching this fucking movie. All right.
I bought a ticket for the movie. I'm gonna watch the whole fucking thing. I don't close my eyes during the fucking fight scene.
I'm looking forward to that Nicolas Cage vampire thing.
That actually looks pretty good.
I am very excited about that, and the other guy in it is also great. That's that Nicholas Holt, I think his name is.
Nicholas Cage
in The Menu, and Catherine the Great. If you haven't watched Catherine the Great, I think
that's
I recommend
such a good movie.
I'm not talking about
the show. Yeah.
He plays the Tsar Peter that is married to Catherine, and he is fucking hilarious. I can't remember what streaming service that's on, but that's really, really good if you like that guy.
That is a really good show that I watched a number of the episodes, and then I got lost on it. I don't know what the fuck happened, but it's always one that I want to go back and watch because it was so clever.
He's the best one in it. And in real life, I think that guy gets murdered in 6 months into her, marrying him. And that's why she takes over Russia. But in the show, he's so fucking good that, he's they did. Yeah. It's
called The Great.
It's called The Great.
Yeah.
And it's Dakota. I think it's Dakota Fanning. It's one of
Ellie Fanning. Mary L. Fanning.
One of them Fanning girls.
Dakota Fanning's sister, maybe. I don't know. She's really, really good too. I really enjoyed that. But that guy's great. He was great in The Menu. And I'm looking forward to Renfield.
It's on Hulu.
The next Nicolas Cage monster.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively.
He's had that. I mean, he's had that vampire face for years.
Wasn't that his?
It finally grew into a part.
I can't believe this is maybe his first vampire role. He's looked like a fucking Count Chocula.
Well, I mean, the one that comes to mind when I saw the trailer of this was What We Do in the Shadows. Yeah. And it's just, I mean, we've seen, for 20 some years with that revival of the vampire Lestat and all that stuff. Now it's getting a little bit of comic relief. And this definitely looks like it's in that same vein, but it's
going to be hard to be funnier than What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, that was pretty
movie
good.
And television show, because those are both fucking great.
Yeah.
So, but I look forward to seeing whatever this is.
And what is it called?
Renfield.
I
think that's right.
Not to be confused with Greg Gutfield
or Seinfeld.
Gutfeld is not the fucking CNN or
I know.
He's an asshole.
Fox News guy.
He's the worst. It's like I don't know what club that works in, but
I think Seinfeld would have been a good Mad Magazine parody of this upcoming movie.
What's the mashup?
Yeah, they could have made him the vampire. It would have been pretty good.
Here, let's take a look at this because I haven't seen this one.
The trailer.
Sorry to interrupt. Are you okay? I need to get out of a toxic relationship.
Why don't you start by telling us what brought you here?
Oh, so he's the familiar.
My boss, he's different.
You can't get him out of your head.
No.
I need your assistance.
I'm coming, Master! Oh, you feel like he could destroy you with the snap of his fingers.
Wouldn't even need to snap.
Okay.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, what?
Renfield. Bring me innocent victims. I want a handful of nuns, a busload of cheerleaders.
And I just want a normal life again. But this modern world is a dangerous place.
Thank you. You saved my life. Did I watch you cut a guy with a decorative serving platter?
It's in the wrist. Let me explain. My boss gave me this power. In return, I tend to his needs, including care, feeding.
You bring him people to eat? You're like the guy that gets the villain's Postmates.
But if you were to stop focusing on his needs, what would happen?
He won't grow to full power.
Exactly. He won't grow to full power. What? That's so weird. Why would you phrase it like that? But yes. Hi. Are you here for the meeting? Well, come on.
No! Some call me the Dark One. Others, the Lord of Death. To most, I am the Action.
Okay, obviously we're dealing with a little bit more than just narcissism here.
Now, let's eat.
Nicolas Cage is back.
Yeah, man.
after that other dismal.
So that's kind of like
first of all,
the shadows because of the familiar
Right.
character. But I like the thing where he actually becomes powerful. The Hulk character or the Hulk actor. So that's a good spin, and it's Universal, which is back to their monsters, which is great. And he's got some money. There's a budget on it, you can tell because of all the CGI and shit. So
Nicolas Cage is back.
Looks good.
We got
Thumbs up.
Nicolas Cage is a vampire. McConaughey is fixing everyone's life for him.
Yeah.
Everything's coming up, Millhouse. Fuck yeah, everybody. So
I just real quick. I just finished. My life is back to normal. I finished Boardwalk Empire. It was getting a little crazy there. I was watching 3 episodes a day for a while to try and just fucking get through it, and then I sleepily watched the last episode to find out, what happened without really even needing to know the details. I just wanted to get done with it and finish it. So I'm back to normal. I can
Congratulations.
Thanks. It was good.
It's a good show.
Yeah, Nucky's definitely a great character. I think that did you feel like it kind of lost its steam towards the end there?
Yeah,
Greg?
they just started like killing people with like we need to get rid of this guy. It's like there's really no, it's just like bam, they just shot Doyle in the face, and it's like there was no like setup to why they would shoot that guy. It's just I guess they needed to just drop him like flies, because that's exactly what happened.
All of these shows, they don't know the ending when they start the show. So then
they don't know the next season.
Right. So then they're in the middle of writing it, and then they realize they got to put some kind of ending on it, and they don't know how to do it or what to do, and then it's messy.
Good ending though. I mean, coming full circle. So I thought that was kind of cool.
All right. Well, that's it then, guys.
That's it. We did it.
Fucking A. And let's see. By the next time we do this, will we have had will our life be fixed by McConaughey the next time we talk? I think we got one more before McConaughey fixes.
Yeah, it's 10 days until the event.
Okay.
9 if you're watching this live.
I really look forward to seeing the difference that Andy displays after he's gone through the program.
I hope I can pause it and take breaks.
It's a live event.
It's a live event. I don't think they usually have you do that.
Well, McConaughey seems like a patient guy. Maybe he'll wait for Andy.
Let me take a minute to ponder.
Andy.
Hey, man, could you slow down while I ponder?
Hey, man, I need to smoke a bowl, Matthew.
He may say that's a good idea. Let's all take a moment.
I think Andy's on to something. All right, guys, we fucking love you, and thank you for being out there, and thanks for doing this with us every week. If you haven't joined our Patreon, it would certainly be a lot cooler if you did. It's patreon.com/issueswithandy, just $5 a month. We do fun stuff over there. We do all of this here on YouTube. If you enjoyed the show, like and subscribe to the channel, tell a friend, and we'll be right back here next week doing it all again. We'll see you then. Peace.